My name's Kalea, and I'm going to read you Euclid's School Adventure. Long, long ago, in between 330 BC and 260 BC in Athens, Greece, there was a young gentleman named Euclid. One morning, he woke up from a deep sleep and went to go eat breakfast in his kitchen. Euclid watched his mother prepare his bread soaked in wine. "Can you please pick some figs from the fig tree in the courtyard?" said Euclid's mother. "Sure," Euclid replied. Euclid went to the courtyard and got 7 figs from the tree. He went back to his mother with the 7 figs and gently put the figs on the table next to his mother. "Ouch!" Euclid shouted. One heavy fig dropped on his toe. "Are you okay?" said Euclid's mother. "Not really," Euclid said. "It really hurts." "Why didn't you splash some water on your toe?" Euclid's mother commented. "Okay," Euclid replied. He walked, splashed his toe in water, and walked back with his toe soaking wet. Feel any better?" Euclid's mother said. "I feel much better," Euclid shouted. Euclid's mother was nearly done with his bread. She just had to put the cut-up figs in the bowl on the side. She picked up the bread and brought it to Euclid. "Thank you for the bread, Mother," Euclid said. "Oh, no problem," Euclid's mother replied. After Euclid got the bread, he walked to the Andron men's area. He tried not to drop the bread. On his way to the Andron, he accidentally slipped and dropped a little piece of bread on the ground. He carefully walked back to the kitchen, set the bread down on the counter, quickly got a cloth and ran to the spot where he dropped the bread. He cleaned the mess and walked back to the kitchen to get his bread. He walked to the Andron, sat down on the cushioned bench and ate his bread. After he ate his bread, he decided to take a nice bath in the bathroom. He walked to the bathroom and filled the tub with water. He filled the tub with water by grabbing a bucket, going to the well in the courtyard, and filling the bucket with water. He jumped in the tub and it made a big splash. He was in the bath for a while. He finally came out of the tub and he was all clean. He dried himself and changed into another tunic. He walked out of the bathroom and went to the Andron. He wanted to relax and lay down until it was the afternoon. While he was lying down, he got bored. He decided to take a nap before it was time to eat lunch because he woke up in the morning very early. When he woke up, it was past noon. He had slept for 3 hours and 50 minutes. As he woke up, he wondered what it would be like if he got older. Years passed and Euclid was almost an adult. Euclid decided to go study at an academy for adults. Euclid ran to his mother and father. He asked them if he could go to school. Euclid's mother said, "Sure, you can go to school." Euclid's father said, "I'm okay with you going to school." Euclid's mother, and Euclid's father all decided for Euclid to go to Plato's Academy. Euclid and his parents were very, very excited for him to go study at Plato's Academy. He would have to go to school tomorrow. Since it was almost evening, he went to go eat dinner in the Andron. He told his mother to make his dinner. His mother cooked him some bread and some vegetables. Euclid ate all of his dinner because he was hungry. He was too excited and went to bed extra early. He walked to the bedroom, laid in the bed, and went to sleep. It was the morning, and Euclid was excited to go to school. He got ready very quickly and said goodbye to his parents. He went outside and walked to school. When he got to Plato's Academy, he saw a lot of pupils. He was wondering what class he would have first. He walked into a classroom filled with shapes. He saw all different looking shapes. He saw pointy shapes, round shapes, curvy and pointy shapes, and long shapes. He was very curious what they were. Soon the bell rang and all the pupils came into the classroom and sat down. The teacher came and taught the class about geometric shapes and geometry. Euclid learned that different shapes have names like squares, triangles, circles, hearts, hexagons, and stars. He wanted to see what he could do with the shapes that he learned about. He started to build with stars, circles, and triangles. There was only one problem, though. If he wanted to build buildings with those shapes, they wouldn't fit together. When he thought about using the stars as the base of the building, the stars would just flop over. He then tried to use the triangles as the base, and they did the same thing as with the stars. He used the stars and instead put it flat. It worked, but when he put the triangles and the stars on top, they again flopped over. He didn't know what to do. He just put the shapes back in their place and walked out of the classroom. He was very disappointed that they didn't work, but it was okay for him. He took reading, writing, and arithmetic. These classes were taught by a teacher called a grammaticist. He would write with a stylus on a wooden tablet covered in wax. He also took music and poetry taught by a teacher called a categoristus. He would write on scrolls of papyrus. When he was done with his classes, he wanted to figure out what kinds of shapes were going to fit together so that they wouldn't flop over. He took the geometric shapes from the geometry classroom and walked home. When he got home, he went to the workshop. He observed other people building, and it worked out successfully for them. All the shapes the builders used fit together, but the shapes he used didn't. He saw that the builders built with rectangles and squares. He realized if he used those shapes, he could build buildings that actually fit together. He walked to the ant-drum and experimented with squares and rectangles. He finally figured out what kinds of shapes fit together. He built a house with rectangles as the walls and squares for the roof. Over time, he learned about 3D shapes. He learned about cones, cylinders, spheres, cubes, and rectangular prisms. He helped build buildings for other friends as he got older. He became known as the father of geometry. Euclid learned to never give up and always ask questions or observe other friends. Sadly, Euclid died at age 70 on 260 BC.